All right, launching the new nation is the chapter. It's about our first two presidencies and how after we get the Constitution set up, we start going forward as a nation. And the first section is about the presidency of George Washington. George Washington was the first president. He wasn't real enthusiastic about being president at first. He had done so much work already in the Revolutionary War and the French and Indian War. He was tired and he was getting rather old. But he stepped up for the country. He led the country because people wanted him to be the country's leader. He selected this man right here, John Adams, to be his vice president. John Adams was a big leader from the Boston area and a true patriot. In the beginning, the founding fathers did not trust the common people to select the president, so they formed the Electoral College, which was a body of electors from each state, which will vote for the president. So that is how our early presidents were. Our earliest president was selected. However, today the Electoral College is based on the popular vote in each individual state. So if a person wins the state of California, they get all 55 electoral votes, no matter how close or much of a blowout the popular vote in that state is. So the Electoral College system is something we still use today. And now in 2016, in the 2016 election, Donald Trump used the Electoral College system to win the presidency, even though he actually lost the national popular vote by slightly over 100,000 votes. Looking at Electoral College results, here's the 2016 election. You can see Donald Trump really won the election because he won the states of Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio. He's probably going to win Michigan as well, and Wisconsin. By winning those states, he was able to gain enough Electoral College votes to become the president. In 2012, Barack Obama won, and you can see he won Florida, Ohio, and Michigan, and Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa, states that Donald Trump won this time. And so you can see the difference in the map there. Back in 2008, Obama won several similar-looking map as well in the Electoral College. 2004, George W. Bush won all the gray states, was able to defeat John Kerry, who won the Northeast, the Great Lakes, and the West, but most of the center part of the country went to George W. Bush. Therefore, he ended up getting enough electoral votes to win. Way back in 2000 was our closest modern election. George W. Bush defeated Al Gore 271 to 267. It all came down to the state of Florida, where a very small number of votes ended up deciding the state, and they had to recount several times before eventually declaring George W. Bush the winner. John Adams will be the vice president, and he'll end up being the second president as well. A good leader and a good patriot. For George Washington, there was no roadmap how to become president. No one had been president before. There was no one to mentor him or show him what to do. So everything decision he made set what's called a precedent for action that should be copied later. And the later presidents will copy George Washington's ideas and moves to use the presidency in a way that was similar to the way Washington had used it. So George Washington's presidency is very important because of all the precedents he set. One of the things he established was the idea that the president needs advisors, experts in different fields, to help him make important decisions and enforce laws. Two of his biggest advisors were Alexander Hamilton, who will be the Secretary of the Treasury, and Thomas Jefferson, who will be Secretary of State. Now, Hamilton and Jefferson were both brilliant people and great patriots, but they disagreed on almost everything. Jefferson was looking to create a very small, in terms of power, country that was free, where the people lived in the country, while Alexander Hamilton was trying to create a superpower that is full of industrial might and factories, a large, strong military, a large, strong government, and a country that would be a force to be reckoned with around the world. Jefferson didn't want that. He was saying if we had that, we'd be more like Britain, which is what we were trying to get away from. There's Hamilton. There's Jefferson. Another thing they had to establish right away was the judiciary system. The Constitution set up the Supreme Court, but did not set up the other lower courts. The Judiciary Act of 1789 will set up the district courts and the courts of appeals and outline the processes for cases to be appealed at the Supreme Court level. There's a lot of pressure on George Washington as he became president. The expectations of the American people are very high. They wanted better trade, they wanted more freedom, they wanted fair taxes, they wanted to be safe, they wanted leadership, and they expected the best out of George Washington. Um, and that's one of the reasons why America is so great. We always want better, we always want more, but it puts a lot of pressure on our presidents to deliver. All right, we'll study some more later. Thanks for your attention.